Hey everyone, welcome back to WealthWave, your trusted source for the latest updates that impact your money, your benefits, and your future. Today, we're diving into what some are calling a senior bonus, a brand new $6,000 tax break that could make a serious difference for millions of older Americans. If you're 65 or older, this could mean hundreds or even thousands in tax savings. But it's not that simple, and as always, there's fine print. So let's break it down. Lawmakers are pushing a new plan that would allow seniors to deduct an additional $6,000 from their taxable income on top of the standard deduction. If you're part of a married couple, that's potentially $12,000 extra just for being 65 or older. Sounds amazing, right? Well, let's talk about how it works, who qualifies, and what could make it disappear sooner than expected. Here's the deal: to get the full benefit, your income needs to stay below $75,000 if you're single or $150,000 if you're married. If you're retired and living mostly on Social Security, a small pension, or savings, you likely qualify. What this deduction does is lower your taxable income, meaning the IRS sees a smaller number when calculating how much you owe. That can translate into a few $100 in savings come tax season. And here's something even better: this $6,000 is on top of what seniors already get. Right now, people over 65 already receive an extra $2,000 plus in deductions if single, and over $3,000 if married. This stacks with that, a real boost for older Americans. But there's always a catch, and here it is. Once you cross that income threshold, even by a little, the deduction starts to disappear fast. It uses a 6% phase-out rate. That means for every $1 you earn over the limit, you lose 6 cents of the deduction. So even a side gig or required withdrawals from retirement accounts could reduce your benefit. Here's where it gets tricky: these income limits aren't tied to inflation. So as your income rises just to keep up with cost of living, you could phase out of this deduction without actually feeling any richer. Advocates are already urging lawmakers to adjust the limits for inflation, but as of now, that's not in the bill. And don't plan too far ahead, this deduction is temporary. It starts with the 2025 tax year and ends after 2028. Why not make it permanent? Well, Congress uses these short-term time limits as a budgeting trick. It makes the bill seem cheaper on paper. But it also means no guarantees. Future Congresses will have to vote to keep it alive. So if you're counting on this to stretch your retirement income, be careful. It could be gone right when you start depending on it. Now, this deduction is part of a much larger bill, and not every part of that bill is good news for seniors. For example, changes to how states get Medicaid funding could mean less money for local hospitals, especially in rural areas. That could mean service cuts, delays, or even hospital closures. If you rely on a nearby clinic or pharmacy, this matters. There are also new work requirements for programs like SNAP and Medicaid, not for seniors directly, but for people who support seniors, like caregivers or adult children. If they lose support, it could ripple through households where generations live together. Here's where things stand. The House passed a version of this bill with a $4,000 deduction for seniors. The Senate's version is more generous, $6,000, but with tighter income rules. If both sides can agree on a final version, it could become law. The Senate is expected to vote in early July, but with politics, things can change quickly. If you're already retired or planning soon, this could mean real savings, just don't count on it forever. Use it while it's here. And if you're unsure how it affects you, talk to a tax advisor or financial expert to plan smart for 2025 and beyond. At WealthWave, we're watching this closely. I'll keep you posted as soon as anything changes. And if you found this helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit: a parent, neighbor, or friend. Until next time, stay informed, stay prepared, and ride the wave of smart money moves.